7 hidden red flags. If you see even 3 of these signs in your relationship, you might already be trapped. I need to tell you something that nobody talks about. Right now, as you're watching this video, there are millions of people, good people, successful people, smart people, living in psychological prisons they don't even recognize. They wake up every day feeling smaller. They go to bed every night questioning their reality. They've forgotten who they were before this relationship. And the worst part, they think it's normal. Today, I'm going to show you the 7 hidden red flags of psychological abuse in relationships. These aren't the obvious signs everyone talks about. These are the subtle, insidious patterns that creep in so slowly, you don't notice until it's too late. I've spent 15 years working with people trapped in these situations. I've seen strong, capable individuals reduced to shadows of themselves. But I have also seen them escape. I've seen them reclaim their lives. I've seen them become themselves again. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. You'll understand how these patterns work, and most importantly, you'll know what to do about it. So let's begin. Imagine this scenario. You're at dinner with friends. Your partner says, "Yeah, he's completely useless in the kitchen. I don't know how he survived before me." Everyone laughs awkwardly. You feel a sting, but it's just a joke, right? Later when you're alone, why did you say that in front of everyone? And the response? "Oh my God, you're so sensitive. I was just kidding. Can't you take a joke?" This is the just kidding mask. Here's how it works psychologically. They deliver genuine insult disguised as humor. When you react with hurt, they flip the script. Suddenly, you're the problem. You're too sensitive. You can't take a joke. You're making a big deal out of nothing. It's brilliant in the most sinister way. They get to attack your self-esteem, make you doubt your perception, position themselves as the reasonable one, make you feel guilty for being hurt. Let me give you real examples I've seen. Example 1. "You're getting a little chubby, aren't you?" "Ha ha ha, just kidding, don't be mad." Example 2. "Maybe if you were smarter, you'd understand what I'm saying." "Just joking." Relax. Example 3. "You're so boring sometimes. Good thing I'm here to make things fun." "I'm kidding, babe." Notice the pattern? Each statement has 2 parts. A genuine attack on your worth, a shield that protects them from accountability. Over time, this does something devastating to your psyche. You start to second-guess your feelings. Maybe I am too sensitive. Accept disrespect as humor. Stop defending yourself because you fear being labeled dramatic. Internalize their criticisms as truth. I had a client named Marcus. His partner would regularly joke about his appearance, his intelligence, his earnings, in public, in front of friends, in front of family. Marcus told me, "I started believing I was lucky she tolerated me at all." This man was a successful architect. He designed buildings, but he couldn't see his own value anymore. That's what the just kidding mask does. How to recognize it? You frequently hear, "I was just joking," after feeling hurt. Their jokes consistently target your insecurities. You feel anxious about being the butt of jokes. You've stopped sharing your feelings because you're tired of being called sensitive. The humor is always at your expense, never theirs. What it really is, this isn't humor. Humor brings people together. Humor uplifts. This is covert aggression. It's a way to abuse you while maintaining plausible deniability. Why it works? Society tells us to lighten up and not be so serious. Abusers exploit this. They weaponize our cultural expectation to be easygoing. If this is happening to you, write this down. Your feelings are valid. If a joke hurts you, it's not a joke. It's an insult with a shield. This one is so subtle you won't see it coming. It starts with concern. It sounds like love. It feels like protection. Your friends are a bad influence on you. Your family doesn't understand you like I do. Why do you need anyone else when you have me? Welcome to the isolation strategy. Here's the thing about healthy relationships. They expand your world. They encourage your friendships. They celebrate your family bonds. They support your independence. Toxic relationships, they contract your world until it's just the two of you. Let me show you exactly how this unfolds. Phase 1, planting seeds of doubt. It starts innocently. After you spend time with a friend. Did you have fun? Yeah, it was great. You seem different when you come back from seeing them. Different how? I don't know, just different. Maybe a little distant. They're not accusing. They're just observing, just concerned. This plants a seed. Maybe my friendships are affecting my relationship. Phase 2, creating conflict now. When you make plans. You're going out again? It's just dinner with Sarah. I just feel like you prioritize them over me. That's not true. Okay, fine, go. I'll just be here, alone. The message is clear. Your friendships come at a cost. That cost is their happiness. Phase 3, the guilt trip. You go anyway. You come home. The silence is deafening. Are you okay? I'm fine. You seem upset. I said I'm fine. I'm just thinking about how I'm never your priority. You went to dinner with a friend for 2 hours, but you've committed a grave betrayal. Phase 4, the ultimatum, subtle version. I just don't think Sarah is good for you. She's always complaining about her relationship. I think she's trying to sabotage ours. Or, your brother is so judgmental. I feel uncomfortable when we visit your family. Do we have to go? Or, I support your friendships, but I need you too. Is it too much to ask to spend weekends together? Just us. Phase 5, complete isolation. By now you've internalized the message. Maintaining relationships outside your partnership is selfish, hurtful to your partner. Not worth the conflict. Evidence you don't value the relationship. So you stop reaching out. You decline invitations. You make excuses. And before you know it, your partner is your entire social circle. I worked with a woman named Jennifer. When I asked her to list her current friendships, she paused for a long time. Then she said, I don't think I have any anymore. What happened to them? I asked. They all kind of faded away. My partner said they were toxic, that they didn't want the best for me. I guess he was right, because none of them fought for the friendship. Here's what Jennifer didn't realize. Her friends did fight. They called, they texted, they invited her out. But her partner had convinced her they were the problem. Why isolation is so dangerous? When you're isolated, you have no outside perspective on your relationship, no one to validate your reality, no support system to help you leave, nowhere to go if you need to escape. You become completely dependent on your abuser for social connection, emotional validation, reality checking, self-worth, how to recognize it. Your social circle has shrunk significantly since the relationship began. You feel anxious about maintaining friendships. You frequently cancel plans to avoid conflict. Your partner criticizes your friends and family. You feel like you need permission to see people. You've started lying about or hiding your social interactions. What it really is, this is control masquerading as love. Healthy partners want you to have rich, fulfilling relationships outside of them. Abusers need you to be dependent only on them. The truth, love says, I want you to be whole, which includes meaningful relationships with others. Control says, I should be enough for you. If I'm not, you don't really love me. Imagine living in a place where the weather changes without warning. One moment, sunshine, birds singing, perfect temperature. The next moment, tornado sirens, chaos, destruction, no forecast, no warning, no pattern you can predict. This is what it's like, living with someone who uses emotional volatility as control. I call it emotional weather patterns. Here's what it looks like in real life. Monday morning. Good morning, beautiful. I made you coffee. You're the love of my life. I'm so lucky to have you. Monday evening. Why are you breathing like that? Everything you do annoys me. Just leave me alone. What just happened? Nothing. You didn't do anything different. But the weather changed. This creates something psychologically devastating. Hypervigilance. You become obsessed with predicting the storms. You analyze every word, every gesture, every facial expression, trying to determine which version am I getting today. You start walking on eggshells. Let me tell you about David's experience. David told me, I developed the system. When I came home from work, I'd pause outside the door and listen. If I heard music, I knew it was safe. If I heard silence, I knew I should stay quiet and not engage. If I heard cabinet doors slamming, I'd sometimes just drive around for another hour. This is a grown man with a master's degree, afraid to enter his own home. How the cycle works. Phase 1. The explosion rage, crying, accusations, threats. The emotional storm hits with full force. You're walking on eggshells, trying not to trigger another explosion. Phase 2. The calm. The storm passes, they act like nothing happened. They might even be extra loving. You're confused but relieved. Phase 3. The honeymoon. They're perfect again. Attentive, affectionate, apologetic, sometimes. This is the person you fell in love with. Maybe it's getting better. Phase 4. The tension building. You feel it. The air changes. Something's coming. You try to be perfect, to prevent it. You can't, because it's not about you. Phase 5. The explosion, again, and the cycle repeats. The psychological impact. This cycle does something insidious to your brain. It creates what psychologists call intermittent reinforcement. It's the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive. Think about a slot machine. If it paid out every time, it wouldn't be addictive. If it never paid out, you'd stop playing. But when it pays out sometimes, unpredictably, you can't stop pulling the lever. That's what emotional volatility does in relationships. The good moments feel so good because the bad moments are so bad that you become addicted to the hope of getting that good version of them again. You think, if I can just figure out what triggers the bad moods, I can get the good version all the time. But here's the truth, you can't, because it's not about you. Their emotional weather is about them, their mood, their issues, their control needs. You're just the target. Real examples I've encountered. Example 1. She would be furious that I loaded the dishwasher wrong. The next day, she'd load it the exact same way and expect praise for fixing my mess. Example 2. He wanted constant attention and affection one week. The next week, he'd accuse me of being clingy and suffocating when I did the exact same things. Example 3. I never knew which version I'd get when I woke up. Sometimes I'd open my eyes to breakfast in bed and love notes. Sometimes I'd open my eyes to screaming about something I did wrong in a dream she had. Why they do this? Emotional unpredictability serves several functions. It keeps you off balance. You can't plan. You can't relax. You can't feel secure. It makes you compliant. You'll do anything to avoid the bad weather. It creates dependency. The good moments feel like a drug you need. It prevents you from leaving. They're not always bad. Sometimes they're wonderful. How to recognize it? You feel constant anxiety about their mood. You've developed strategies to read them. You feel relief, not joy, when they're in a good mood. You blame yourself for their bad moods. You're exhausted from the emotional whiplash. You feel like you're living with two different people. What it really is, this isn't passion, it's not intensity, it's not caring deeply. It's manipulation through emotional chaos. Healthy people have bad days, but they don't weaponize their moods. They don't make you responsible for managing their emotions. The reality, you cannot fix another person's emotional instability. You cannot love them enough to make them stable. You cannot be perfect enough to prevent the storms. The weather will keep changing. The only question is, how long will you stand in the rain? Money. In healthy relationships, it's a tool you manage together. In toxic relationships, it's a weapon used to control you. Welcome to financial control. This red flag is particularly insidious because it often masquerades as being practical or being responsible with money. But let me show you what it really looks like. The setup. It usually starts with something that sounds reasonable. Let's combine our finances. We're a team, right? Or, I'm better with money than you. Let me handle our accounts. Or, we should save for our future. Let me manage our budget. On the surface, this sounds like partnership, like planning, like love. But watch what happens next. Pattern 1, the allowance. You're both working. You're both contributing to household income. But suddenly, you need to ask permission to spend money. Can I buy these shoes? Can I go out to lunch with my coworker? Can I get my car serviced? Meanwhile, your partner spends freely. I had a client, let's call him Richard. He earned $120,000 a year. His partner earned $45,000. But Richard had to justify every personal expense over $20. His partner, she bought a $1,200 handbag without discussion. When Richard questioned this, she said, I earned this. I deserve to treat myself. Richard had earned it too, but he wasn't allowed to. Pattern 2, the sabotage. You want to work? You want to advance your career? You want financial independence? Watch what happens. Subtle version. Is that job really worth it? The commute is so long, you'll be exhausted. Plus, who's going to handle things at home? Medium version. You're going to prioritize your career over our family? That's really selfish. Extreme version. They actively sabotage your work, making you late by starting arguments, calling you constantly during work hours, creating crises that force you to miss important meetings. One client told me her partner would disconnect her laptop's power cord right before important Zoom presentations. Accidentally, this happened 5 times. Pattern 3, the debt trap. They encourage you to quit your job. I make enough for both of us. Stay home, relax, you deserve it. Then they run up debt in your name, refuse to add you to assets, keep you financially dependent, remind you that you contribute nothing. I worked with a woman who stayed home at her partner's insistence. 8 years later, when she wanted to leave, she had no recent work history, no savings, no credit in her own name, $40,000 in credit card debt that he created, her name on the mortgage, debt, but not the deed, asset. She was trapped, and he knew it. Pattern 4, the financial gaslighting. Our money becomes my money very quickly. I paid for this house. I pay for everything. You contribute nothing. Even if you manage the entire household, raise the children, cook, clean, organize, enable them to work without distraction, your contribution is worthless. because it doesn't show up in a bank account. Pattern 5, the paper trail erasure. Everything is in their name. Bank accounts, car titles, lease or mortgage utilities, credit cards. You exist in the relationship, but on paper, you're invisible. If you tried to leave tomorrow, you'd have no proof of residence, no credit history, no access to funds, no transportation, nowhere to go. This isn't accidental. This is strategic. Why financial control is so effective? Because in modern society, money equals options. No money equals no options. Can't afford to. Rent your own place. Hire a lawyer, leave an abusive situation, support yourself or start over. You're trapped and they know it. Real scenarios I've witnessed. 1. He controlled all the money. I had to show him receipts for groceries. If I was even $5 over the budget he set, he'd interrogate me. But he bought a $3,000 gaming computer without mentioning it. 2. She convinced me to add her to my business account for emergencies. And then she drained $40,000 and said I owed it to her for putting up with me. 3. I wasn't allowed to know how much money we had. He said it would stress me out. When I asked to see our accounts, he accused me of not trusting him. How to recognize it? You need permission to spend your own earned money. You don't have access to financial accounts. You're discouraged from working or advancing your career. Assets are only in their name. You don't know the full picture of your household finances. You feel financially dependent and trapped. What it really is, financial abuse, economic control, a cage made of dollar signs. The truth, in a healthy partnership, both people have financial transparency. Both people have financial autonomy. Both people contribute in ways that are valued. Money isn't the only contribution. Both people can access funds. Both people can make financial decisions. Your economic contribution matters, whether it's money, labor, or time. You deserve financial autonomy and transparency. Let's talk about something deeply personal. Sex, intimacy, physical connection. In healthy relationships, intimacy is about mutual desire, connection, and pleasure. In toxic relationships, it becomes a weapon. This is weaponized intimacy. Pattern 1, the reward system. You did something they liked, sex is the reward. You disagreed with them, no sex for you. Over time, intimacy becomes transactional. If you do what I want, I'll be intimate with you. If you displease me, I'll withhold affection. This turns something that should be mutual and loving into a power game. I had a client named Michael. He told me, I started tracking it in my head. If I agreed with her, helped with something she wanted, bought her a gift, we'd be intimate. If I expressed a different opinion or said I was too tired to do something, weeks of nothing, not even a hug. Michael said, I felt like a dog getting treats for good behavior. Pattern 2, the obligation. The flip side is just as toxic. I'm your partner. You owe me sex. If you really love me, you'd want to. Everyone else gets to be happy with their partner. Why are you withholding from me? This creates guilt and obligation around something that should be freely given. Pattern 3, the humiliation. This is where it gets particularly cruel. During intimate moments, they criticize your body, compare you to others, mock your performance, laugh at your vulnerability. Then they say, I'm just being honest, don't be so sensitive. One client told me, every time we were intimate, she'd make a comment about my body, that I needed to work out more, that I wasn't as fit as her ex, that she was settling physically. I started avoiding intimacy altogether because I couldn't handle the shame. Pattern 4, the punishment. Withholding isn't just about sex. It's about all physical affection. No holding hands, no hugging, no kissing, no touch at all. You're starved for human connection from the person who's supposed to love you. This creates desperate need. You'll do almost anything to get that connection back. Pattern 5, the coercion. This is the darkest form. Guilt. If you loved me, you would. Threats. If you won't, I'll find someone who will. Manipulation. You're making me feel unwanted. Pressure. Asking repeatedly until you give in just to make it stop. Consent given under pressure isn't consent. It's capitulation. The psychological impact. Weaponized intimacy destroys your self-esteem, body image, sense of autonomy, ability to trust, understanding of healthy sexuality. You learn that your body is not your own. Your boundaries don't matter. Your desires are irrelevant. Intimacy is something you endure, not enjoy. How to recognize it? Intimacy feels transactional. You feel obligated rather than desired. Physical affection is withheld as punishment. You're criticized during vulnerable moments. You feel pressured or coerced. There's no respect for your boundaries or consent. What it really is, control, pure and simple. Healthy intimacy is mutual, enthusiastic, respectful based on desire, not obligation, never used as a bargaining chip. The truth, you have absolute autonomy over your body, always, in every situation, with every person. No is a complete sentence. Your boundaries deserve respect. Intimacy should never be a weapon. Let me tell you about the most dangerous role someone can play in a toxic relationship: the victim. Not because they have actually been victimized, though they will claim they have been constantly, but because the perpetual victim role is an incredibly effective manipulation tactic. Here's how it works. Nothing is ever their fault. Ever. Lost their job. Their boss was threatened by them. Fight with family. Family is toxic and doesn't understand them. Friendship ended. That friend betrayed them. Relationship ended. Their ex was abusive. Every single story has the same protagonist, the innocent victim. Every single story has a villain. And if you're in a relationship with them, eventually you'll become the villain too. The pattern, stage 1, the tragic backstory. When you meet them, you hear about all the terrible things that have happened to them. My ex was a narcissist. My parents were emotionally abusive. My friends all betrayed me. No one has ever really loved me. Your empathy is triggered. You think, this poor person, they've been through so much. I'll be different. I'll show them real love. And that's exactly what they want you to think. Stage 2, you're the hero. At first, you are different. You're the only one who understands me. You're not like everyone else. You actually care about me. You feel special, chosen, important. You're going to be the one who saves them from their painful past. Stage 3, the shift. But then you make a mistake, a small one. You're late to meet them. You forget to call. You have plans with a friend, and suddenly you're just like everyone else. I knew you'd hurt me too. Why does everyone abandon me? Wait, what? You were 5 minutes late, or you had dinner with your sister. But in their narrative, you've committed a grave betrayal. Stage 4, the guilt spiral. Now you're apologizing profusely for minor infractions. You're trying to prove you're not like all the others. You're bending over backward to show you care. And they accept your apology on this time. But the message is clear. You're always one mistake away from being the villain. Stage 5, walking on eggshells. You become hypervigilant, desperate to avoid becoming another person who hurt them. You suppress your needs, ignore your feelings, accept unacceptable behavior, make yourself smaller and smaller, all to avoid being cast as the villain in their victim story. Real examples. Example 1. James told me she said every ex-boyfriend had cheated on her. Every single one. I felt so bad for her. I wanted to be the faithful one. 2 years later, I realized I was the 5th guy she told that story to. We overlapped. Example 2. He told me his mother was toxic and abusive. I supported him cutting contact. Then I met her at a family emergency. She was kind, concerned, and had been trying to reach him for months. He'd been telling her I was controlling him. I was the toxic one in his story to her. The function of the victim role. Why do people play the perpetual victim? Because it's incredibly powerful. It absolves them of responsibility. Nothing is ever their fault. It manipulates your empathy. You feel sorry for them. It prevents you from holding them accountable. How can you criticize someone who's already suffered so much? It keeps you trying to prove yourself. You never want to be another person who hurt them. It justifies their bad behavior. After everything I've been through, I deserve to be treated well. The devastating truth. Eventually, you'll realize something horrifying. You've become the villain in their story. The caring, empathetic person who tried to love them. That's not how they describe you to others. To others, you're controlling, abusive, cold. The reason they're unhappy, and the worst part, some people might believe them because they're very convincing in their victim role. They've been practicing it for years. How to recognize it? Everyone in their past wronged them somehow. They never take responsibility for relationship failures. They use their past trauma to excuse current bad behavior. You feel constant pressure to prove you're different. They compare you to everyone else who hurt them. You're afraid of becoming another villain in their story. What it really is. Manipulation through martyrdom. A refusal to take responsibility. A way to control you through guilt. The truth. Yes, some people have genuinely been victimized. That's real and valid. But healthy people take responsibility for their part in conflicts. Don't use past trauma to manipulate current partners. Work on healing rather than using pain as a weapon. See patterns in their relationships and seek to change them. If everyone in their life has wronged them, maybe they're the common denominator. This is the most dangerous red flag of all. It's called gaslighting, but I call it reality distortion, because that's exactly what it does. It makes you question reality itself. Let me explain. What is gaslighting? Gaslighting is when someone manipulates you into doubting your own. Memory, perception, sanity. It's named after a 1944 film where a husband manipulates his wife into thinking she's going insane. And it's happening in relationships every single day. How it works. Level 1, denying you. You said you'd be home at 6. Them, no, I didn't. I never said that. You, yes, you did this morning. Them, you're remembering wrong. I said 7. You know you remember correctly, but they're so confident. You start to doubt yourself. Level 2, trivializing you. When you criticize me in front of your friends, it really hurt. Them, oh my God, you're so sensitive. It wasn't that bad. You're overreacting. You, but them. You always blow things out of proportion. It's exhausting. Your feelings are dismissed. Your reality is wrong. Level 3, countering you. Remember when we talked about moving to Portland? Them, that never happened. Where are you getting this from? You, we talked about it for an hour last week. Them, are you okay? That conversation never happened. Are you feeling all right? Now they're not just denying, they're suggesting something is wrong with you. Level 4, forgetting/denial. You promised to stop drinking. Them, I never promised that. You're making things up again. I have the text messages. Them, I don't remember sending those. And even if I did, I was probably joking. The evidence exists, but they deny it anyway. Level 5, diversion. We need to talk about what happened last night. Them, what about what you did last week? You're one to talk. They redirect, change the subject, make you defend yourself instead. The psychological impact. Over time, gaslighting destroys your confidence. You stop trusting your own judgment. Memory, you question what actually happened. Reality, you don't know what's true anymore. Sanity, you wonder if something is wrong with your mind. People who've been gaslit describe it like living in a fog. Nothing feels solid, nothing feels real. Real examples. Example 1, Sarah told me. I started recording our conversations because he'd say things, then deny them later. When I played back the recording, he said I'd edited it, that I was crazy to record him, that this proved I was paranoid. Example 2, she'd move my things, my keys, my wallet, my phone. Then when I couldn't find them, she'd say I was losing my mind, that I needed to see a doctor. I started thinking I had early onset dementia. I was 32. Example 3. He'd tell me something happened, that I said something cruel or forgot something important. I had no memory of it. He'd get angry that I didn't remember. Eventually, I just started apologizing for things I couldn't even remember doing. I assumed my memory was broken. The most sinister form. The most devastating gaslighting involves making you doubt your own feelings. I'm unhappy in this relationship. Them, no, you're not. You're just stressed from work. I feel hurt when you ignore me. Them, you don't actually feel hurt. You're being dramatic for attention. Think about how profound this is. They're telling you what you do and don't feel, and over time, you believe them. You stop trusting your own emotional experience. Why they do it? Gaslighting serves several purposes. It erases accountability. If it didn't happen, they can't be blamed. It maintains control. When you doubt yourself, you rely on them to tell you what's real. It isolates you. Who would believe you when you can't even trust yourself? It prevents you from leaving. You think the problem is your perception, not their behavior. The progressive nature. Gaslighting doesn't happen all at once. It's gradual. Month 1, small denials. I didn't say that. Month 6, bigger denials. That never happened. Year 1, attacking your character. You always misremember things. Year 2, suggesting mental illness. Maybe you should see someone about your memory. Year 3, you believe them. I can't trust my own mind anymore. How to recognize it? You constantly second-guess yourself. You apologize for things you're not sure you did. You have trouble making simple decisions. You feel confused about what's real. You wonder if you're going crazy. You've started recording conversations to prove reality. You feel like you're always wrong. What it really is: psychological abuse, mind manipulation, reality warfare. The truth: your perception is valid. Your memory is trustworthy. Your feelings are real. If someone consistently makes you doubt these things, the problem isn't your mind, it's them. A final note on gaslighting. The cruelest part? When you finally realize you've been gaslit, they'll gaslight you about that too. You've been gaslighting me. Them. Gaslighting? I don't even know what that means. You're using psychology terms you read online to attack me. This is just another way you avoid taking responsibility. Even your awareness becomes another thing to doubt. Don't fall for it. Trust yourself. Okay, We've covered all 7 red flags. Now let's do an honest assessment. I want you to think about your relationship or your past relationship. Count how many of these red flags you've experienced. The just kidding mask, insults disguised as jokes, the isolation strategy, separation from friends and family, emotional weather patterns, unpredictable mood swings, financial control, money as a weapon, weaponized intimacy, sex and affection used for manipulation, the perpetual victim. Nothing is ever their fault. Reality distortion, making you doubt your perception. If you counted 0 to 1, your relationship might have normal conflicts, but not systematic abuse. Stay aware. If you counted 2 to 3, warning signs are present. This deserves serious attention. Don't ignore it. If you counted 4 to 5, you're in a toxic relationship. This is causing real psychological damage. You need support. If you counted 6 to 7, you're experiencing severe psychological abuse. Your safety and mental health are at serious risk. But here's what I want you to understand. It doesn't matter what number you got. If even one of these patterns is present and consistent, you deserve better. You don't need to wait until all 7 are checked off to take action. You don't need to suffer more to prove it's bad enough to leave. 1 red flag is enough. I need to tell you something that might be difficult to hear. If you're watching this video and recognizing your relationship in these patterns, your partner will probably not change. I know that's not what you want to hear. You want me to give you tools to fix them, strategies to help them see what they're doing, ways to make them understand how much they're hurting you. But here's the reality. People who engage in these patterns know what they're doing. They might not use the clinical terms. They might not think of themselves as abusive, but they know their actions hurt you because you've told them. How many times have you said, when you do X, it hurts me? I need you to stop doing Y. This behavior is damaging our relationship. And what happened? They either denied it, I don't do that, minimized it, you're too sensitive, blamed you, you make me act this way, promised to change but didn't, changed temporarily, then reverted. Why don't they change? Because these patterns serve them. They get what they want. Control, power, attention, resources, supply, narcissistic supply. Why would they give that up? Your suffering is the price they're willing to pay for their benefit. Read that again. Your suffering is the price they're willing to pay for their benefit. That's not love. I know you love them. I know you see their good side. I know they weren't always like this. I know you've invested time, energy, emotion, maybe money, maybe children, maybe years of your life. I know you're hoping they'll become the person they were at the beginning, but I need you to understand something crucial. The person at the beginning was a mask. This person you're with now, this is who they really are. The kind, attentive, perfect person you fell in love with, that was the bait. This is the trap. The sunk cost fallacy. You might be thinking, but I've already invested so much, I can't leave now. This is called the sunk cost fallacy. Just because you've invested time doesn't mean you should invest more time into something that's damaging you. Imagine you're at a terrible movie. You've already watched an hour. It's awful. Do you stay for the second hour because you already invested time? Or do you leave and do something valuable with the time you have left? Your life is the same. Yes, you've invested years, but you have years ahead of you. Do you want to invest those years in more of the same? Or do you want to invest them in healing, growing, and finding genuine love? What about therapy? What if we go to couples therapy? I need to be very clear about this. Couples therapy is not recommended when abuse is present. Why? Because abusers use therapy as another manipulation tool. a place to gaslight you in front of a professional, a way to learn your vulnerabilities, an opportunity to play victim, a delay tactic. We're working on it. Many therapists who aren't trained in abuse dynamics accidentally make things worse. What they need is individual therapy for abusive behavior, and they won't go, or if they do, they won't be honest, or they'll quit when the therapist holds them accountable. Children and staying. But what about the kids? I can't break up the family. Let me ask you this. What are your children learning right now? They're learning this is what love looks like. This is how people treat each other. This is normal. Your daughter is learning. This is how I should expect to be treated. Your son is learning. This is how I should treat my partner. Is that what you want for them? Children are incredibly perceptive. They see more than you think. They see you walking on eggshells. They hear the arguments. They feel the tension. They notice you're not happy. Staying for the kids often does more damage than leaving. A healthy single-parent home is better than a toxic two-parent home. So what do? If you're recognizing your relationship in these patterns, here's your path forward. Step 1, acknowledge the reality. Stop minimizing. Stop making excuses. Stop hoping they'll change. Look at the patterns, not the exceptions. Yes, they're sometimes wonderful, but what's the overall pattern? Step 2, trust your feelings. If you feel anxious, small, confused, trapped, exhausted, and unhappy, your feelings are telling you something important. Listen to them. Step 3, talk to someone safe. Find someone who isn't entangled in the relationship, won't immediately judge you, will believe you can offer perspective. This might be a therapist, a hotline counselor, a trusted friend who your partner hasn't isolated you from. A support group, you need external validation that your reality is real. Step 4, document everything. Start keeping records, text messages, emails, incidents, date, time, what happened. Financial records, not because you're paranoid, because if you decide to leave, you might need evidence, especially if there are children, shared assets, or legal concerns. Step 5, financial planning. If you're financially dependent, open a separate bank account, use a paperless statement. Stash small amounts of cash. Keep important documents safe. Research your legal rights. Understand what you're entitled to. Financial dependence is one of the biggest barriers to leaving. Start creating options. Step 6, safety planning. If there's any chance of escalation, identify safe places to go. Keep a pack bag hidden, memorize important phone numbers, have a code word with trusted people, know your exit routes. Leaving is the most dangerous time in an abusive relationship. Plan carefully. Step 7, professional support. Connect with therapists specializing in abuse recovery, domestic violence hotline. Yes, even if there's no physical violence. Legal counsel support groups. You don't have to do this alone. Step 8, prepare for the reaction. When you set boundaries or try to leave, expect love bombing. They'll become the perfect partner again. Gifts, promises, tears, grand gestures. I'll change, I promise. Give me another chance. I can't live without you. This is manipulation. The pattern will repeat. Victim playing. How can you do this to me? After everything I've done for you, you're abandoning me. Remember, you're not responsible for their emotions. Smear campaign. They might tell others you're crazy abusive. The problem, this is called DARVO. Deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. Expect it. Don't let it stop you. Step 9, go no contact if possible. If there are no children or necessary ties, no contact means block their number, block social media. Don't respond to emails, don't accept closure meetings, Don't fall for emergencies. Every contact resets your healing. Step 10. Heal. Understand that recovery takes time. You've experienced psychological trauma. You might have PTSD symptoms, trust issues, difficulty with decisions, hypervigilance, depression or anxiety. This is normal after abuse. Work with a trauma-informed therapist. Join support groups. Be patient with yourself. The truth about healing, 120 to 128, warm, compassionate music. I want to talk about what happens after you leave, because it's not immediately better. In fact, sometimes it gets harder before it gets better. The immediate aftermath. You might feel relief. It's finally over. Grief. I lost someone I loved. Even though they hurt you, the loss is real. Doubt. Did I make the right choice? Maybe I overreacted. Loneliness. I'm so alone now. Fear. What if I can't make it on my own? Withdrawal. Like coming off an addiction, because trauma bonds are literally addictive to the brain. All of these are normal. The trauma bond. This is important to understand. Trauma bonds are powerful. Your brain got addicted to the cycle. Abuse, stress hormones, relief, dopamine rush, hope, oxytocin. Repeat. Breaking a trauma bond is like breaking any addiction. You'll crave them. You'll remember the good times. You'll minimize the bad times. You'll want to reach out. Don't. This is your brain lying to you. The healing timeline. Weeks 1 to 4. Survival mode. Just get through each day. Lean on support. Don't make major decisions. Months 2 to 6. The fog lifts. You start seeing the relationship clearly. The manipulation becomes obvious. You might feel angry. Months 6 to 12. Reclaiming yourself. You start remembering who you were before. Your interests return. Your energy comes back. Year 1 to 2. Building new life. You're creating a life you actually want. New relationships, new experiences, new version of yourself. Year 2 plus, integration. The experience becomes part of your story, but not your identity. You're wiser, stronger, and free. What helps healing? Therapy, non-negotiable. Find someone who specializes in trauma and abuse, community, support groups, online forums, friends who get it. Education. Learn about narcissism, abuse patterns, trauma bonding. Understanding helps healing. Self-compassion. You didn't cause this. You didn't deserve this. You did the best you could. Boundaries. Learn to identify and enforce them in all relationships. New experiences. Try things you weren't allowed to do. Reconnect with old hobbies. Make new friends. Physical health. Trauma lives in the body. Exercise, yoga, nutrition, sleep, creativity, write, paint, music. Express what you couldn't express. What doesn't help? Rushing into new relationships. Heal first, or you'll repeat the pattern. Substances. Numbing doesn't heal. Revenge. It keeps you tied to them energetically. Staying connected. Friendship with your abuser isn't possible. Expecting closure. They won't give you the apology or explanation you deserve. Create your own closure. I want to speak directly to different people who might be watching this. If you're currently in this situation, I see you. I believe you. What you're experiencing is real. You're not crazy. You're not too sensitive. You're not overreacting. You deserve respect, kindness, safety, love that doesn't hurt, and you have more strength than you realize. The fact that you've survived this long proves it. You can do this. If you've recently left, you did the right thing, even when it doesn't feel like it, even when you miss them, even when it's hard. You did the right thing. The pain you're feeling now is temporary. The pain you were feeling there was permanent. Keep going. If you left years ago, look how far you've come. You survived something that nearly destroyed you, and you're here. You're whole. You're free. Be proud of yourself. If you're worried about someone, you can't force someone to leave, but you can. Keep the door open. Believe them when they tell you what's happening. Don't judge them for staying. Be there when they're ready. Help them safety plan. Remind them it's not normal. Your steady presence might save their life. If you recognize yourself as the abuser, this is the hardest message to deliver. If you saw yourself in these patterns, that takes courage to admit. Here's what I need you to know. You need help, professional help from someone who specializes in treating people with abusive behaviors. Not couples therapy, individual therapy. You need to take responsibility. No more blaming your partner. No more blaming your past. No more excuses. Your behavior is your responsibility. You need to give your partner space. Real change takes years, not weeks. Let them go. If you really love them, let them heal and work on yourself. For you, not to get them back. Change is possible, but only if you admit the full extent of your behavior. Get specialized help. Do the hard long-term work. Accept that you might not get them back. Don't use your change as another manipulation. We've covered a lot in this video. 7 red flags that signal psychological abuse in relationships. But I want to end with hope, because there is hope. You are not stuck. I know it feels that way. I know the barriers seem insurmountable. I know you've probably thought 1,000 times, I can't leave because... But let me tell you something I've learned in 15 years of this work. Every single person who thought they couldn't leave did. And every single one of them said the same thing afterward. I should have done it sooner. Not one person has ever told me, I regret leaving that toxic relationship. Not one. You deserve better. Let me say that again, because you might not believe it. You deserve better. You deserve a partner who respects your boundaries. A relationship where you feel safe to be yourself. Love that doesn't require you to be small. Intimacy that's mutual and enthusiastic. A life where you're not constantly anxious. Mornings where you wake up feeling peaceful. Evenings where you look forward to coming home. This isn't a fantasy. This is what healthy relationships actually look like. The question isn't, can I leave? The question is, how long am I willing to stay? Because every day you stay is a day you're not healing. Every day you stay is a day you're not living. Every day you stay is a day you're choosing their comfort over your safety. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. The paradox. Here's the paradox. The moment you're truly ready to leave is often the moment you realize you could have left anytime. The barriers weren't as solid as they seemed. The cage door was never actually locked. You just believed it was your future self. I want you to imagine something. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You left, you healed, you built a new life. Now imagine that future version of you could come back and talk to present you. What would they say? I'll tell you what they'd say, because I've heard it from hundreds of people. Do it now. Don't waste another day. The life waiting for you is so much better than you can imagine. You are so much stronger than you know. I wish I could tell you how good it feels to be free. That future is waiting for you, but you have to take the first step. Resources if you need help. National Domestic Violence Hotline 1-800-799-7233. Crisis text line. Text START to 7-417-41. RAIN 1-800-6564673. These are free, confidential, available 24/7. Your action steps. If you take nothing else from this video, take this. Today, acknowledge one true thing about your relationship. Tell one trusted person what's really happening. Save this video to watch when you doubt yourself this week. Call a hotline or therapist. Start documenting patterns. Research your options. This month, create a safety plan. Build your support network. Take one concrete step toward freedom. Remember, you didn't cause this. You can't fix them. You can't change them. But you can save yourself. And that's exactly what I'm asking you to do. Save yourself. Final message to everyone watching this. Whether you're in this situation, recovering from it, or learning to support someone, thank you for being here. Thank you for having the courage to seek information. Thank you for taking your well-being seriously. You matter. Your life matters. Your happiness matters. And you deserve a life free from psychological abuse. I believe in you, and I'm rooting for you. Pause. Now, let's talk about what to do next. If this video helped you, please like this video. It helps others find it. Share it. You might save someone's life. Subscribe. More content on healing and recovery coming. Comment below. Your story matters. You're not alone. And most importantly, take action. Knowledge without action changes nothing. You now know the 7 red flags. You now know this isn't normal. You now know you deserve better. So what are you going to do with that knowledge? The choice is yours. But I hope you choose yourself. I hope you choose freedom. I hope you choose life. Thank you for watching. Stay strong.